Welcome back to a brand new year of us doing the exact same thing. Hey everyone, my name is Brendan. You should already know that. If you are new to the channel, you can go back and watch what we do. We had a great time last year, but we are now diving on into this year. And we're going to be kind of kicking it off fast, so we're going to be jumping right on into it. I have said that several times in past videos, but today we actually have to lock down a couple items. Now, if you can hear humming at all, we have a nice little electric heater going off right now. And it's literally because it's minus whatever outside. So we're trying to keep as warm as we can inside so we can make products going forward. Now, for today's video, we did decide that we want to show people a little bit more behind the scenes of what we do, what we're prepping for. And we have a lot going on this year already, and it just started. So for us, it's a matter of getting everything all set up. So you're going to be coming along as we get all of that going. But for the most part, we really wanted to touch base of 5 key items to help your business grow. This is if you are just starting up, or if you're finding that like you're 1 or 2 years into this, it's a matter of, what do I do? How do I stay organized? And believe me, it took me a while to realize what organization really meant. And it wasn't until I understood what it meant until I started diving on into this. Now, if you watched previous videos of us, I go into a little bit of detail of what I did before this. So I used to be a makeup artist in the film industry. I did special effects as well. And what that entailed was me literally jumping from set to set, different contracts, different adjustments with payroll, different accounting features, different jobs for every single set. And in a way that really helped me kick my butt into gear for what I had to get done for this. So literally for this video, today's videos, I'm referring to my Bible, and I will be referring to a lot of a calendar issue for it. And if you're thinking to yourself, Brendan, are we making anything today? That's going to be coming up next week. So this one is just a matter of, hey, kickstarting, rolling it off. Next week, we will be making stuff. I promise you that. Now, to jump right on into today's video, it's a matter of what 5 key elements can you utilize and exercise to help your small business. And everyone is completely different. I'm just sharing you my personal take on it. I know there's hundreds, maybe thousands of videos out there of everyone giving you their own little advice. This one is just my experience, so everyone has a different one. And I'm just going through the 5 for me that I found really critical for our business to grow to where it is today. So as you saw in that nice little cue card that I'm playing with on Canva, come up with a business plan. That is the most important item in my eyes, apparently in my advisor's eyes, and a lot of financial people. So when we were talking with our financial advisor, CRA, they actually wanted to know, and they set up a program with our bank as well, to set up a business account and what you want to achieve in that within your first year, your 3rd year, and your 5th year. So it's a nice little goal to keep for yourself. I'm holding this book because this is my Bible this year. This is probably also going to go into a 3rd year, 5th year. It's not that big. It might not even last that long, but as of right now, this is my 1-year plan. So it's very important to have that set up, especially your first year. Now, it can either be the easiest thing or the hardest thing to have to create. For us, since we are already an established little company, it was more or less what we want to accomplish this year, going into the next couple ones. And it's okay if things change by your 3rd or 5th year. It's normal. These are just goals and aspirations. They are not hard-lined items that you have to have by then, because believe me, life is ever-changing and it can happen very fast. So for now, focus on your first year, and then you could always be like, oh, I like this. Work towards your 3rd year and then your 5th year. So with that being said, I'm going to kind of show you the elements for this one right there, and just to see and get an idea of what we're going to be accomplishing this year. Okay, perfect example going right on into this. So this is our 1-year line, and I know it says core line up at the top. And what we've decided this year is to actually scale back on a lot of what we're making and just to keep it more focused on what we already have. Now, that's also to say we are coming out with seasonal blends of everything. And the next couple pages are literally what we are releasing later this year. So I'm not going to flip into all of those pages, but you can see right now that we've summed it down to a core line. We're going to be working with that. And then we also have a list of markets and everything that we have for this year that we enjoyed, ones that we are avoiding because we just felt it wasn't our vibe at the time. But more or less, this is what we are coming out with, what we are doing, what we are creating, and just little manual notes because I am a manual note person. If I do it online, I will often forget it. If I have it in front of me, I'm a much better person at that with this. So this is my little Bible for the year, and that is essentially part of our step one. So second on the list is make a schedule and to-do list. So me being in the creative field that I was, I absolutely hated making any form of to-do list, any form of schedule, because I lived a very creative lifestyle. And I'm going to keep saying that for almost everything on this list. But I will say, having a proper schedule and having a proper to-do list is going to keep you on track with your goals that you're setting up. Now, luckily, one of my best friends gave me a nice little Christmas present of a 4-month schedule calendar. And this is a matter of, since you are going to be running your own business, things that you have to do. So you have to upkeep with your social media, customer interaction, making stuff, keeping track of numbers and everything. And that's what your to-do list is for. So I'm combining a schedule and to-do list as kind of one category because to me, to-do and schedule falls under the same category. I don't know how to put that any more simply from my mind. So yes, we will be setting up the calendar, kind of filling that in, and we're going to be doing a proper schedule of how we're going to be uploading on social media, editing, kind of looking for markets and everything, going to put that in and factoring all in that time. And then we're also going to be looking at essentially what we have to be done now. So we've been off for the winter holiday. We're kicking it into high gear with making stuff. So when I show you the to-do list, you're going to look at it and be like, okay, well, that's actually a lot. They were slacking. We absolutely were. Okay, now part of the to-do and the schedule list, you can see we have like a little monthly one just off to the side here, but we're not focusing on this one. This is our main focus. So I wanted to have something more advanced. So one of my best friends, frickin' bless her heart, she got me this 4-month planning calendar. I would suggest doing the same or getting a full year one. You can fill in your markets, special dates for you. It came with stickers and everything to follow through. That's just for yourself to get organized. Over here, you can have your notes, your months, and this is going to help me really focus on, especially when we do our quarterly reviews and everything that we have there. I'm able to track everything. So this is what I mean by to do and a schedule. So I'm going to make every Monday a filming day for us for social media. This is also going to give us our content for social medias as well, just our Instagram, TikTok, everything that we can think of there. And then we are going to probably set in a proper day off. So we'll get into that one in a little bit as well. Item number 3 on the list is actually a very important one. So when I say record everything, sure, I do mean like on camera, get stuff ready for social media. That's always a good thing. But what I actually mean by record everything is hang on to every single receipt. So record every purchase that you make, record every single thing that you do, every market that you go to, make notes. So for my example for make notes and everything, I actually bring a market form with us. So if you want to pause and zoom in and see our chicken scratch writing, you're more than welcome to do so. But essentially what we do is we record every market we are at. We mark down everything that we sell. So we keep track of all of our inventory paperwork-wise at market because sometimes, yes, it does get busy. We don't use a Shopify, we use Square, but we have a Shopify website. So how my mind works is if it doesn't work on Shopify, it's not going to register on Square and inventory will be messed up. So for me, I do everything manually on the paperwork of that side of stuff, just so I know, once again, what people are buying, what's selling, what people are steering away from, what's going during the season, what's going to be changing out, what gets more popular as it moves on. These are all the things that you kind of essentially have to record down. Now, not only do I have market forms, I also have like hard copies of everything. So I do a monthly scale down of what we sell, what we've spent. Now, to make it easier, you can go online. You can use apps like QuickBooks. There are free apps out there that help you with that. For me, I'm trying to get into the habit of making sure I do it myself by inputting everything I have to input. So I go on to a Google Excel sheet and I have every single form that I have. So I do our monthly numbers, I will do quarterly numbers, everything that we buy off the side. I will be showcasing that in another video for that down the road. I'm just telling you right now that I literally record everything. So keep every single receipt that you do. Get ready for yourself if you want to grow, especially when it comes to registration, because receipts will help you in the long run, and tracking everything will help you in the long run with what's going to sell, what you can expand on, and what you can keep going with. Item number 4 on the list is going to sound really, really corny, a little bit cheesy, but why not? And it's be kind. When you are starting up in a small handmade industry, whether it honestly be bath and body care of what we do, or be crocheting or anything else, baked goods and all of that, you are throwing yourself into a world of other crafters. So you're going to be applying for markets. You're going to be meeting amazing people. Unfortunately, you do meet some not so kind people, and just treat them with respect. I know that can be a hard thing for a lot of people. It's a hard thing for me, but being kind really goes a long way. It shows respect for the craft. It shows respect to the market managers, the markets you are at. It gives you the better name rather than you having to complain all the time about other people, what they're doing. You focus on you, and you focus on being the best version of you that there can be, because your customers will see it too. Now, there have been several markets where I've actually noticed customers veer away from, I'm going to say, a sour attitude, more or less to say. And customers want to have that beautiful interaction. So they want to talk to you. You are essentially the first step in your product. So when you talk about your product and you engage with customers and you do it in a kind and respectful way, you're honestly going to move a lot further than someone who's going to just be sitting there, arms crossed, looking bored on their phone. Engage with people, let them know that you are here for them. And like I said, I know it was going to sound super cheesy, but that really is one of the most important things that I've noticed and that I look for when I go to other small businesses and markets is I like to people watch, and I like to see who's going to be fun, who's going to be great to deal with, what customers are there to engage, which ones are just there for one item. And I like to study why they go there for that one item. So it's a constant process of looking, watching, asking questions, and knowing that you're all in this together to have this nice little fun community. Finally, for item number 5, I do truly stand by it. It is self-care. And I don't mean like, hey, we make self-care products, support that. No, I mean, look after yourself. After working in the film industry for 13 years, I never put myself first. Burnout was a massive thing. I was always tired, always stressed. There was a lot of problems mentally, physically that I was going through, health-wise as well. And I cannot stress enough that you need to have time. I know that's hard to say being a small business owner because you're constantly working, constantly doing everything. But I mean it when I say take one day off, take 2 days off, force yourself to have a day off where you don't have to look at everything. Now, you can think about your small business, that's no problem. But it's a lot healthier for you to take that time for yourself, because if you experience burnout, you're not going to enjoy it down the road. You're going to kind of wear yourself out. And every time you think about it, you're going to think about your small craft and be like, I don't want to do this. I don't feel like it. I'm not feeling it. I'm just so tired. And then all of a sudden, you're not going to love what you do. Now, we have been doing this for 4 years. So we started up in 2021 during the pandemic, during the first film strike with COVID. And I pushed myself for that year to make this little company grow. And I will say I did experience burnout. And there was a time where I just didn't want to do it. So I did take time for myself. I went full blown right back into film again. Did not enjoy it anymore. And then finally made the drawback with different decisions. So I am coming into this company now fully aware that I need to take time for myself. And I will say there are times where I do push that off to the side, but I always make sure to catch up. Case in point, we took off a good couple of weeks over the December month, and that was so we could hit the reset button and really figure out what we were going to do. So it's easy as that. Like I said, no making this video. It was just me offering my 5 tips of what I felt was going to be helpful if you wanted to start up your own business, and or if you are and you're just kind of looking at something to jot down, write down, and follow through. This one is just my take. We will be making stuff next week again. This is just our little warm up to everyone who's coming back or everyone who is new. We will probably be doing little segments like this, more likely on our Patreon than YouTube, because let's face it, the real fun stuff is making everything instead of the long, drawled out speeches. So if you were able to stand our nice little monologue today and you want to see more, feel free to please hit that like, subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications. Part of my scheduling is uploading every week. We'll call that my New Year's resolution. Why not? So expect videos going forward every single Sunday again. That might change to a Monday or Tuesday depending on the audience, but that's not important right now. So if you have been with us since day one, thank you so much for your continued support and continuing watching. More fun up ahead. And anyone new coming in, thank you so much for watching. My name is Brendan. Watch the other videos for everything else, like I said. And until next time, I will see you all. Thank you so much. Bye.